There was a lonely little vineyard just outside in the country. It was a place where they grew things for themselves without relying on the rest of the world for very much at all. Each year there was such an abundance of grapes that they had enough to sell. And so the family living there was quite happy. They had nothing to worry about, or at least so they thought. Then one day a missionary came to their little vineyard. He was talking about Jesus and the free gift of God, which is salvation and peace with God. "Bah," said the father, "another Christian. And if I don't accept Jesus as my peace with God, then you'll say I'll go to hell." "Well, I hadn't brought up hell," the missionary replied. "But what you are saying is true." "You are all alike," said the father. "People like you should be strung up." So that is exactly what the father did. He took the missionary and strung him up to hang over the lake. The missionary looked sad, but at the same time he looked calm. "Father," asked the doctor, "why did you hang the poor man over the lake?" "Because he's crazy," said the father. "Father," she asked him, "when did we start hanging crazy people over the lake?" The father grew very angry. "Well," the father began, "it's not that he's crazy. I hung him up over the lake because he thinks things that he couldn't possibly know." "Father," said the daughter patiently, "I heard what the man said, and what he said was more about something someone else said. All the missionary did was tell us what he said." The father looked at his daughter sternly and said, "Well, he believes it, and anyone who believes something they couldn't know should be strung up." The daughter looked at the poor man hanging over the lake and called out to the man, "Sir, how do you know what you are saying is true? My father says you can't possibly know what you are talking about." The missionary replied, "Because God tells me through His Spirit that it is true." The father yelled angrily, "There is no God, and if you think God talks to you through His Spirit, you are crazy." The daughter asked her father, "Father, how do you know the man isn't telling the truth?" The father told her, "Because it never happened to me. And if there was a God, He wouldn't do that." The daughter looked at her father angrily, but respectfully said, "How could you possibly know one way or the other? And if there was a God, I probably wouldn't want to talk to you either. You said only crazy people believe things they couldn't possibly know. I guess that means you are crazy." The father, who wanted to be a good example to his daughter, hung his head low and said, "Okay, I'll take the man down." He told the man hanging over the lake, "I'm sorry I put you through this." That night, the missionary told everyone at the house about Jesus. Some accepted what he said as true, and some didn't. But all had a good meal at the vineyard.